Good morning, students. Today I am discussing law of mass action. So this law was given by Guldberg and Weg in 1864. So now, this law relates the rate of reaction with a active mass. Active mass means molar concentration of the reactants. This law relates rate of reaction with active mass or molar concentration. So now we are come to the point, we are come to the law of mass action. So now at a given temperature, the rate of reaction is proportional to the product of active mass of reactant and raised to the power which are numerically equal to the number of molecules in stoichiometric. So now we have considered a general equation. So now, what is the according to law of mass action? So now we can be written as rate is equal to the product of concentration and raised to the stoichiometric coefficient on the active masses. So this is the law of mass action. So what is the meaning of active masses? Active masses is nothing but it is the molar concentration of substance. Active mass, molar concentration of substance. Molar concentration of substance. Number of molar concentration of substance, it is the ratio of number of moles of the substance and volume of solution, volume in liter. So now I am discussing about rate constant. Let us consider a general reaction. Let us consider a general reaction. So now the rate will becomes directly proportional to the concentration of the reactant and raised to the power of the stoichiometric coefficient. So now it can also be written as when you remove this proportionality constant, so we use a constant. So now when the molar concentration is unity, it means that we take molar concentration is equal to 1. So now the rate of reaction becomes rate constant. Now the definition of rate constant becomes rate of reaction at unit concentration of reactant is called rate constant. Now rate constant can also be called as a specific reaction rate or velocity constant. Rate constant can also be called as a specific reaction rate or velocity constant. So now what is the unit of rate constant? So unit of rate constant, the reciprocal of unit of concentration and raised to the power of n minus 1, and this here multiplied with time inverse. So now unit of concentration can be written as mole per liter and time can be written as second inverse. So now this will becomes liter upon mole n minus 1 second inverse, where n is order of reaction. So rate constant has different units for different value of order of reaction. It means that rate constant K has different units according to the different order of reaction. So now rate constant depends on first nature of reactant, second temperature, and third is catalyst. So now I am discussing about molecularity of reaction. So the next topic is molecularity of reaction. So we are in generally molecularity of reaction is equal to the sum of the number of reactant molecules that are involved in balanced stoichiometric equation. So now in another words, so we can define the molecularity of reaction is it is the number of reactant molecules taking part in a single step of the reaction. Example, so now we have seen that in reactants there are two molecules of reactants. The first is nitric oxide and the second is ozone. So the molecularity of reaction will be 2. The molecularity of reaction is 2 is called bimolecular. So now the second example, decomposition of hydrogen peroxide take place in 2 steps. This is the overall reaction. So now in first step, and step 2, so now we have seen that in a step 1 it is the slowest step, and we know that the rate determining step is the slowest step. So it is a unimolecular. This is the slowest step, and we know that in the slowest step the rate determining step is the slowest step. So the molecularity of reaction will be 1, that is unimolecular. If molecularity of reaction is 1, it is called the unimolecular. So now I am discussing about important points on the molecularity of reaction. Important points related with molecularity of reaction. The first point is, it is a theoretical concept. It is a theoretical concept. The second is, its value cannot be zero, negative and fractional value. Third is, molecularity of a reaction cannot be greater than 3. So why the molecularity of a reaction cannot be greater than 3? Because more than 3 molecules may not mutually collide with each other. Because more than 3 molecules may not mutually collide with each other. The next point is, it is independent of pressure and temperature. So now I am discussing about the next topic is order of reaction. Let us consider a general reaction. So now, according to the rate law, the rate of the reaction becomes so now the order of the reaction becomes the sum of the power in the concentration terms. So this becomes, okay, this is the order of reaction. So now it can be defined as sum of power of concentration term involved in rate law expression is called order of reaction. So now when the stoichiometric coefficient A, B and C is equal to order of reaction, it means that then order of reaction is equal to molecularity of reaction. So now the important points related with the order of reaction. So now I am discussing about important points related with the order of reaction. Order is an experimentally determined quantity. It is not a theoretical concept. It is a experimental concept. Order is an experimentally determined quantity. The second point is it may be 0, negative, positive or fractional value. It is greater than, it may be greater than 3. The next point is infinite and imaginary values are not possible. Infinite and imaginary value are not possible, and it depends upon pressure and temperature. So now I am discussing about the difference between rate law and law of mass action. So what is the difference between the rate law and law of mass action? Rate law and law of mass action. Rate law and law of mass action. Now the first point is related with the rate law. It is an experimentally observed law. It is an experimentally observed law. So now in the law of mass action, it is a theoretical law, not a experimentally law. It is a theoretical concept or theoretical law. The second is it depends upon the concentration terms on which the rate of reaction actually depends. It depends on the concentration term on which rate of reaction actually depends. It is based, the law of mass action is based, it is based upon the stoichiometry of the equation. So now example. So now we have considered general reaction. So now according to the rate law, this general reaction becomes, according to the rate law, the rate of reaction is equal to now it is based upon the stoichiometry of the equation. So we have considered a general reaction. So now according to the law of mass action. According to law of mass action. So now, according to the law of mass action, the rate of the reaction becomes so now from this equation we have seen that it is based on a stoichiometric coefficient. A stoichiometric coefficient here a small a and a small b. So now the rate of the reaction is proportional to the concentration of the terms of the stoichiometric coefficient. But here but in the rate law we have seen that the stoichiometric coefficient is a and b, but according to the rate law, the rate of the reaction, we have not used the stoichiometric coefficient because it is a experimentally concept. But in law of mass action, we have seen that it is a theoretical law. So that's okay. Thank you.